Hello, my name is Caesar, but a lot of my friends call me Cheezer, and I've had a YouTube channel for 7 years, 6 or 7 years, but it's just been like random embarrassing posts like of me dancing or trying to play the cello. But anyways, I've been wanting to do like an actual YouTube video, like a vlog, not even a vlog, just like I talk to you, you talk to me through your phone type of thing. And so it's also like my way of venting, like I feel it's gonna help be a better person. Okay. So I haven't done this yet, like I've been pushing it back for weeks, or more than weeks. I've been pushing it back because one, I've been busy, very busy. Two, I'm very awkward, like very awkward. And three, what's the third one? Oh, I really don't like the sound of my voice. Like, I know that if I go back and rewatch this video, I'm gonna be like, ew, because I think I sound like this, but really, I just sound like this. Or like, no, I just sound like this. Maybe. Alright, okay. Getting that out of my system, trying to get this awkward out because I go to college in like 3 months and I need to not be awkward. Anyways, I'm just gonna give like a little update on my life and why I've been so busy these past few weeks. I have so much to say. It's been a crazy year actually, but I'll make a video about like my year and things that have happened later. So for now, I'm just gonna talk about what I've done these past few weeks. Let's kick it all the way back to spring break, right before that. Besides like having a whole bunch of schoolwork and AP classes, I've been doing a lot of different events and things. Like, okay, my first week of spring break, I didn't even have an actual break. I went to school and I helped organize this thing called the Libertas Spring Civics Camp, which is something my magnet program does where what do we do? Okay, we put on this camp for incoming freshmen that are going to join our program, and I was in charge of like organizing icebreakers and separating people into teams. But I don't know, after like the first day I felt useless because there was nothing for me to do. I still went anyways. But yeah, my whole first week of spring break was just taken by school pretty much. I was at school every day at 8 o'clock in the morning. My second week of spring break, I did something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It sounds really like stupid, I guess. No, it's not stupid. It sounds cliche of someone like me, but I've always wanted to start a band, like just a group of people who play. That's literally what a band is, right? Anyways, I'm sure you guys have all heard about March for Our Lives, which is a movement or a march. In a march that some people from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, some students there, put together. By the way, I'm like huge fans of the activists from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. I know all their names. There's David Hogg, Cameron Casme, Emma Gonzalez, Leilani Tarr, Jacqueline Corin. There's another one. There's more than another one. But anyways, I love them so much. Like, you're my inspiration. Since the Parkland shooting, there's been this huge movement called, there was a march called March for Our Lives. And it was pretty much for gun reform. There's this big misunderstanding that these young adults are trying to take away people's guns, but I think the biggest miscommunication is that they're not trying to do that. Instead, they're trying to enforce stricter gun laws, such as raising the age to 21 to buy a firearm, or banning, what are they called, accessories that can make weapons fully automatic. They're also trying to ban assault rifles because who needs an AR-15? I mean, I completely support having like a shotgun. Is a shotgun? Like a manual gun that isn't meant for mass murders or like isn't used in war. So anyways, these young adults are trying to, these activists are trying to get stricter gun reform, but there's been a lot of like debates and miscommunications, and so there was this march on March 24th, and some people here in the having trouble talking. Anyway, some people here in El Paso, they started this group called the Sun City Activists, which is really, really cool. And they've been reaching out to people. We reached out to them, and they needed some musical performances, and I thought, hey, why not say I have a band and then just put one together. So that's exactly what I did. Literally, I just posted something on my Instagram that said, if you play a musical instrument or you sing, DM me. And I had some people DM me, and like I think I got the most talented people here in El Paso. But so we put on this, we practiced like for a whole week. That whole second week of spring break, it was almost every day that we practiced. And we practiced for like 40 minutes worth of songs, and then when we actually got there, we found out we only had to play 4 minutes of a song, which is literally just one song. But we were kind of like, we weren't mad, we were just disappointed that we practiced so much only to do one. But I'm really, really glad that we were involved with it, and I hope we do it again, or do something like it again. Anyways, I'll put some videos of the march and of our performance right now.
A young guy in El Paso who had never run for office, didn't know the first thing about doing it, but there was a chance for me to contribute and to be part of the leadership.
Praise are not enough. Thoughts and prayers are not enough. Thoughts and prayers are not enough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maddie, Anaí, my best friend, Michelle. She goes, well, she doesn't go to my school, but she's like the best. Her boyfriend Porcio, he's really cool. Like, I wish I was him. Luisa, she sings, and Maddie's friend Gael, who is like a pro at everything. Anyways, moving on from the march, that following weekend, what did I do? My brain's just whoosh. So that weekend, my family and I decided to take a trip to Ruidoso, which, if you don't know, Ruidoso is like a little forest area outside of El Paso. We took a trip to Ruidoso for Easter weekend. We got a cabin and we spent it with my mom, my family, and then my aunts, and then an uncle. So that was like my first break, and it was pretty relaxing. Like, it's a couple of days of getting away. What else? After that weekend, the following week, this is where things get crazy, man. So I'm in orchestra. I hope you guys know that. And we have this thing called SISD competition. So it's like every year we go to El Dorado High School, and we perform 3 pieces for some judges. And I wasn't only in one group. I wasn't only in like a full orchestra group, which is orchestra and band. I was also in chamber, which is like more advanced players. Oh, that sounds so bad. I had begged my orchestra teacher, Miss Dunn, to I didn't beg her, I just asked nicely. I asked if we could play a piece that featured a cello solo, because I just thought, hey, senior year, I might never play a solo like this again. So she did, and we ended up picking a piece called October, which, if you haven't heard it, you should. Oh, that sounds so aggressive. It's called October, but that week I found out that my SISD orchestra competition was the same day that I had to be in Dallas for a state competition for something else. So I spent that whole week like debating, do I go to this trip or do I go to this competition? And it was literally the hardest decision I've made in a while. No, I can't say that. It was a really hard decision. Let's just put it like that. So I ended up choosing to go on the trip to Dallas because 1, it's a free trip. 2, it's a competition. And 3, I got to wear a lot of makeup and it felt really cool because I was green. But I don't know, I kind of felt like I let my orchestra family down, but it's alright. We still have UIL competition, which is like the bigger one. It's this week. So I hope I redeem myself then. And then after that trip, I've just been back in El Paso, planning more projects, trying to get my grades up, practicing a lot because I have a lot of music to learn, and just getting ready to graduate. Okay, I'm recording again because I realized that I missed a whole bunch of stuff that I did, so I'm going to list them super quick on the quicks. So I went to a concert. I also tutored 8th graders twice a week for like 3 weeks, which was really, really cool. And then I did a video contest with my friend Kaylee. And then I also had to do, what did I do? Oh, I also went to a leadership, not a camp. Basically, like, I had, not a leadership actually, like a mentorship program where I became the mentee of 2 people, like important people. So like think senators, representatives. And then I moved houses. I don't know how I forgot to mention that, but it's been super stressful. So yeah. I also forgot to mention that I have not made YouTube videos because I don't have the like good software for editing or a good like actual camera. I'm using my phone right now. So that was my excuse number 4. But my friend Vivian told me that like to just start one anyways, because you're never gonna think you have the right software, so just start with what you have and eventually you'll get what you need. So anyways, this video was really like unorganized and I have so much to tell you, but I can't remember what I was gonna say, so bye, that's the end.